Hey guys, it's your girl Anita bringing you another segment on Wani's Diary. Get ready for another cringing because today's topic is quite cringing and very real and very authentic. Get ready for another real topic on Wani's Diary. Kindly like and subscribe to the link below, guys. Subscribe. So, today we're going to be talking about why do we go back to the former problems, toxic problems at that. When we talk about toxic problems, friendships, relationships, flings, and situationships. These things are very keen in the generation that we live in. I feel like everybody goes through them in some way, or somehow. So let's look at the most important ones, which are the relationship, fling, and this and the situationships. Why is it that we as people always tend to go back to miss toxic problems? These are toxic problems. But why do we feel like we should go back? Reason being, there are so many reasons, personal reasons that we'll get down and dirty into. But let's talk about friendship. We say friendship is a bond between two people or more. And you feel that when you have a best friend, or you know you have someone who's your friend, you want them to you expect a lot from them. Loyalty, which is very important in any friendship, and trust. But when all these things are mismatched, it just goes away. But then friendship, let's look at friendship, guys. um when your friend, take for example, you have a close friend who betrays you or hurts you, it's it's automatic that you're not going to be friends there and then because of everything else that goes with friendship. And you don't want to be friends with someone who hurts you or betrays you or does the bare minimum. Honestly speaking, when your friend hurts you, like that's it. There's no going back. But then what happens when you go back to your friend who everybody knows that there was big betrayal there was no loyalty or respect anyway? Why do we go back? I feel like when you go back to a certain friend, I'm not saying you go back to all your friends, they're just so certain friends who you have to go back to. It's toxic, yes, but that comfort that you get with that person is different, and it's on another level of just having your friend there. You're comfortable with that person. They know you. So when they hurt you, it it's something weird. Not everybody goes back to their friends, but for those who do, there is a lot of things that happened and all that. I feel like I think I have gone back to a friend friends that were not so good, but then guys, when you have your friends, but I'm not saying we're close or anything, the relationship does change. You won't be as close as you were, but at least you still know each other in a certain way and have boundaries because of the betrayal that was faced. So friendship, loneliness, and feeling comfortable, I feel those are the traits and reasons why we would go back to former friends, because they know us, they understand us more, and we're comfortable with them. Even the the angel that you don't know is, well, yes, you have to know the devil that you know. Hmm, awkward. Yes. And we're going to talk about relationships. Guys, I know someone is like, "Ah, why is she talking about relationships? Shan. People go back. Let me sum it up. Relationships, flings, and situationships are summed into one. Because you find that people these days, we've all done it. Even if you haven't done it, I'm just saying, you find that you go back to hmm, your former your former connection in some way. There's always something. Even if you don't do it, you may know someone who has done it multiple times. And you're like, why are you going back? Why are you doing this? Guys, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Hey, Sandra, please don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. But, guys, this is a real issue. Going back to the problems. Why do we go back to the problems? Especially in relationships. I'll be truthful. I've done this before. Like when you truly, truly like somebody, you love them. Like I don't know what love is, but when when that feeling of love is in your heart, you want to make it work for so many reasons. Firstly, it's just that concept of you trying to move and do whatnot. But guys, Alikosako, try asking your friends who have actually gone back several times, or those who I know you're scratching head like no one does that. People do that a lot, and it's very toxic because in the end, if things don't work out with that person, as much as you're going back to that particular situation, it ends badly for everyone involved, especially you yourself, because there'll be a lot of crying, a lot of it's a lot. I'm a victim to that, but in the end, kukosafia guys. And then the reasons for these three main ones why people tend to go back to the three three guys, three relationships, flings, and situationships rather. Loneliness, guys. You there's they just feel lonely. Nothing where you have to move on to the next person. You can't. So it's that loneliness that makes them fall back to going back into the trap with that person. And to reminisce, you think of all those happy moments when you are laughing, when you're shiny, when you are easy sailing and it was flowing. So we've talked about two. Loneliness is one of the reasons people go back to their toxic situations, which is wrong. You have to find something else to do, but it's hard for you to start over with someone. I think it's new to everyone. You have to start sharing whatever your secrets, whatever. It's draining, guys. Ungabwelele. Zona. Then hope. You hope that the person has changed and whatnot. You hope that this person is going to be a better person and do what is right. So that hope that this person has changed, but has the person changed? Sometimes people do change. I'm not judging them. People do change. There are people who genuinely change and their relationships work out. Their former toxic, whatever. But it's still toxic. Still toxic. In this era, everything is toxic. Friendship toxic. Family toxic. Everything is toxic. So if you have hope that people have changed, that's okay. And it's fine. If they have changed, that's good. But we also hope and feeling comfortable. Like I said, in friendship, we feel comfortable because we've vented everything out. Even in these three situations put together, relationships, feelings, and situationships themselves, we feel comfortable because that person knows you. They know when you're upset, they know when you're moody, they know what you want and what you don't like. So we feel comfortable with a certain person because of what we've gone through. Yes. Annoying each other, being familiar, one and the same. You're familiar with the person that you know and you love. Whether a friendship, any of the four we've listed, these things, you're familiar. I mean, starting over it's quite tricky. Not that it's hard, but it's tricky. It's a step and it's a day by day thing. Because you have to tell someone what you like, what you don't like, your do's and don'ts, and how you move and operate. And some others in our generation, guys, in this generation, it's spiraling out of control. So in our generation, it's more of us. Others have lust for motives. Let's be real. This is the truth. Others only go back for lust for motives. When I say lust for motives, these are sexual reasons and only sexual reasons only. Not that they love you or whatever, just out of lust. And we should be careful. We as people, we know we see the red flags, but we try to ignore them because I don't know why, but I think it just happens to a lot of people where we see the red flags and other people can see the red flags for us, but we just don't want to to accept. But last for motives, that's That's major. People come for lasting. Last for motives only at that. So we should be careful with such relationships, flings, and situationships that only come for the last. Not friendships, I can't be a friendship. No. But these three, people only have that last for intent on you. You should be careful and you should read people. When people show you that they're only there for last for motives, that's where you should take a step back. But if you're willing, at the end of the day, it's who's going to get hurt. Then moving on. As much as possible, move on. It takes time. Everybody eventually moves on. It takes time, but we all do move on at some particular juncture in our lives. But moving on, he calls you, she does what he or she calls you. It's a 50-50, guys. You may go back, you may stay. Just a whole lot of confusion. And then conclusion to the whole topic of why do we bring back former problems, toxic problems. Guys, I'm not an expert in the love department, in the whatever department, friendship, what. I'm not perfect. I'm also not perfect. But when we see things are wrong and we know that what that person, that former person did to us wasn't just alright, I feel like it's best for us to have our personal decisions. I'm not saying don't, whatever. At the end of the day, your personal decision is best and it is key. Remember, guys, it was your girl, Juanita, bringing you another real. These are real things, guys. These things for toxic things, it's real. Bringing you another segment on Wani's Diary. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel, guys. Support me. Thank you guys for watching.